what's up, everybody? Dr. Giggles in the house. Yep, it's me, the host of your Grove Show. Also, your host of the Honapalooza podcast. But this isn't the Honapalooza podcast. Eventually, we'll do some live ones of those. I don't know when, but we will. I'm trying to make the volume louder. I was playing with this thing, and I don't know. Is this going louder? No. Maybe this goes louder? No. What about now? No. I don't know. Does it sound good? I don't know if it sounds good. I can't hear it. I don't know if it sounds good or not. That's up to you guys to let me know. What happens if I do that? Nothing. Okay. We'll just do this. I don't know if it's good or not. It looks like it's okay. What's up, Charles? What's up, Lindsay? What's up, Marcus? What's up, everybody watching out there? If you're new, click that subscribe button. Click a like if you like it. If you think I'm an idiot, click the thumbs down. Join in on the chat. Join the chat with the rest of us awesome people. What's up, Isabel Vlogs? What's going on, girl? Tonight is what I call... Is this the right... hang on. I got to get the news. Hang on one sec. Okay. I got the news. There's a lot of stuff to cover this evening. All right. You can hear it. I know you guys could hear it, but I want to make sure it was loud. But there's a lot to cover this week, and there's a couple video updates of things that are coming out that I want to let you guys know. And we're gonna debut a couple things tonight. I don't know how many have seen certain things or not. I gotta see if, so I got everything. You know what? This show is probably the first show in a while that I've got everything queued up, loaded up, and ready to rock. This is definitely going to be different, I think. See, look at it. Speaking of announcement things, here's the first thing I wanted to show you guys was this is actually a movie poster for that FearTown movie. I know a bunch of you have seen it. The Haunt actually created this. They used their own photos and stuff, and one of the cast members, which is part of the creative team, put it together. We got it approved by the owner of the Haunt. He's all good with it. I posted the trailer on Reddit, and someone made some comments, and I totally agree with them about making sure that we educate the people about things, not just promote them, which is one of the things that we're working on, videos I'm working on for the Honapalooza podcast, part of it. But why I'm showing you that, take one quick look before I take it down, is because of the following. I had 100 of those printed in 11 by 17 size. What does he say? Got a question for Jen because there's going to be a Coaster Kids Day at the park in July as part of the Coaster Kids Day, about planning on doing something for that. It's plenty loud. He posted a video about it the other day. Hello, Elizabeth Oakland. That's a new name. I have not seen an Elizabeth Oakland in here before. So welcome. But in any case, one thing that I wanted to talk about that poster is we're going to be doing giveaways. Once they arrive, they should be here next week. So once they arrive, I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to put it on the Honapalooza podcast channel that we have here and this channel. And we're going to give them away. We're going to make it fun, nothing crazy. And we'll get it so that people can, we're not going to give away all 100 because I know some people around here are going to want to, have a couple to keep, just for nostalgic reasons and just as like a souvenir kind of thing. But one thing that I will tell you, for those that want to win one, you can ask for it autographed or not autographed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try. I can't guarantee it's even going to be autographed. I'm just saying, I can and our team can. If you want that, I'm sure I can get some of the cast members and the owner to sign them. I can't guarantee that just because I haven't presented that idea to them yet. But yeah, that's something that we're going to do. But regardless, it'll just be something cool to have. We'll put it in we'll just ship it out, and then you can hang it on your wall, throw dots at it, whatever you want to do with it. It'll be fun. It's just something that we're doing to help promote it. And hopefully there's a lot of people. The reaction to this so far is good. I haven't had anybody really trash talk it. So, hey, it's all good. So anyway, so tonight, that's off my list of things to talk about tonight. So that's good. So these are the topics, and then whatever else you guys bring inside the chat. So if you have a question, comment, concern, whatever, just drop it in this chat next to the video, and we'll just be talking, because then I look like I have like a scatterbrain, and I stop talking about what I am and then jump into the... I think what I want to start doing, and I'm going to steal this idea that I seen on a YouTube channel. I think I'm going to steal the idea. They make what they call companion videos. There's a movie review guy called John Campia, and if he can't get to all the... I mean, he has way more subscribers than I do, but if he can't get to certain questions, what he does is he compiles all the questions, makes a video about all the questions, and talks about them, and it's pretty neat. I like that. So, anyway, so topics tonight: SeaWorld Orlando, Busch Gardens Tampa, Carowinds, Six Flags St. Louis, Canada's Wonderland, Knoebels, Santa's Village, Schlitterbahn, more stuff, SeaWorld itself, news, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is another topic, a hot topic from today that we're going to talk about. Also, we're going to talk about New England Park opening dates. We're also going to talk about upcoming with Monday's meeting, and also with the part with Six Flags New England. And we're also going to be talking about just a couple of videos that I'm making to let you guys know that are going to be coming out next week that I definitely want you guys to be aware of. You solve Shane Dawson's conspiracy about Chuck E. Cheese, and it's true. You know what? I believe that they do it because, you know, here's the weird thing about the pizza thing at Chuck E. Cheese. I agree with you, Isabel. And I find it funny because, I mean, I've had pizza that looked like that. I never thought nothing of it. But when you think about it, when you go get a pizza anywhere, whether it's a mom and pop place, whether it's anything, a chain pizza joint, any place that sells pizza, I've never had a pizza, even no matter how it was cut, look like that. Never. Chuck E. Cheese has been the only place that I've seen that had that happen. So what I want to say is, I honestly think it's true, just because when I used to take the kids, I used to think, oh, this pizza looks weird. I said, well, maybe they don't. I don't know how many of you have seen behind when they're making a pizza. They usually have the circular pan, they throw the dough in, they do their thing. But I've also seen people that have made pizza without using that circular pan that had the sides up on it. And they just like throw it in the oven. And, you know, when they're making it from... I've never seen a pizza so like off with everything like we all know. MMPR Toys proved it false, even saying it's better than they remembered. You know what? Even regardless if it's recycled or not, I still like it. I'm a sick person. Even if it's recycled or not, or whatever it is, I think it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Elizabeth Oakland says, do you think there should be more food in the water park at Six Flags New England? Yes, and I'm not sure if you've seen the video that I made about what's coming, the future, and rumors and stuff like that. I made a video on this channel. That's part of it. I totally think... Here's the problem, and I'm sure you've seen this problem if you've been there. Take a busy day, any day really, when it's lunchtime or dinner time, whatever, and people are hungry, right? The food is mainly in one place, like all the food that everybody wants is in one place. It's congested, and you can't really walk around because there's lines. The lines are long, and I feel that if they added more restaurants down by Bonsai Pipeline, that even if it's the same food, even if it's another cheeseburger place, another wraps place, another pizza place, whatever, I think it'll split the crowd in two and make it less. Now, I'm sure when they were putting restaurants in and designing this water park, maybe they didn't think it was going to be at the capacity it was. Well, as it gets popular, water parks are a big popular thing, especially in the summer, obviously. When it's warm, it's big, it's huge. People want to be able to get food, cool off, etc. Yeah, and you know what, Lindsay? That's fine if somebody brings that up, because I believe Elizabeth Oakland is new here, so we'll cut her some slack just because of the fact that, well, and besides, it's great to talk about anyway, even as, because I want to emphasize the need, you know, when a need for a park comes up, whether it's Six Flags New England or Great Adventure or Carowinds or Cedar Point, Disney, whatever, that maybe somebody from these parks will see that and be like, wow, it's talked about a lot. Maybe we should do something about this. That's really what this show entails, a lot of the stuff. A lot of great ideas have come from a lot of you guys and myself. They've been presented to the park, and a lot of things have happened because of doing that. And that's why all the questions that I gathered I've already sent to the park. And I sent them before the show tonight, maybe like an hour or two ago. And a lot of them are questions I had, you guys had, and there was a lot of great questions, so I sent them off, plus the other ideas and stuff that, you know, for the 2019 season, you know, when I work with them for, you know, to do different topics. So I feel that even if somebody wants to talk about something, even if we talked about it 100 times, who cares? I mean, I don't take this as an insult, Lindsay. You know, I'm just saying, the more people see, the thing that I want to be tried and true with this Grove Show is that nobody is afraid to ask a question. Nobody's afraid to spot out something, whether it's a rumor, whether it's wrong or right or whatever. And one thing that I want to make sure is that even if it's wrong, or if we talked about it 100 times, that nobody rags on anybody. It's okay. We can all agree to disagree with everybody, and that's fine. I don't care. But one thing that I will make sure that I do not tolerate is people trash talking other people. Not that anybody is. I'm just saying that down the road, when that happens, I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to voice their opinion, whether we like it or not. We don't unless you're like saying really disgusting things, you know, like we don't want to censor people. And we want people to have fun and bring their A game and their what do you call it? We just want people to have fun. That's it. That's the bottom line. So anybody that's watching that's not in this chat, chat it up like we always do. I love doing that. I love doing that. But as to Elizabeth's thing, I think if I remember correctly with this addition that they're working on for the water park, that doesn't have any slides or anything, but what I think is, what do you call it? It's just got like a pool, and it's got cabanas and more changing rooms and outside like wash-off shower things. Like in that video, I think they're poised to add something big. You know what I mean? With their next big expansion with a slide and stuff. And I think they're going to add restaurants to it. I mean, they'd be silly not to. But they got to go by what's in their budget. I'm so hungry. I didn't truly eat dinner. You know what I ate tonight? I ate a couple handfuls of Smart Food popcorn. And I had like 4 or 5 mozzarella sticks. And that's really all I ate tonight. So I really need to eat something. I'm starving. But we'll do that later. We've got a lot of news to cover. And I definitely want everybody's input on a lot of this stuff. So first down, and I got videos to play too. I got 3 videos to play tonight. I have video number 1 is going to be about Carowinds with CooperHead Striker, the POV. The other one's going when we get into the Star Wars thing, we're going to play that. Because there's something I think a lot of people are missing. Maybe not, but you guys better... The Star Wars thing is going to be like news, excitement, and ranting. And then I'm going to play the second trailer that we released for FearTown. And then... So anyways, let's talk about Carowinds. There's 2 bits of news. Before we get a CooperHead Striker, unfortunately, I don't know how many heard about this, but somebody got their hand decapitated between a pulley and all that. It was a third-party inspection company. They were up at the top of the tower, and they got their hand stuck, and then unfortunately, it was decapitated. Hey! What's up, Jason in Paradise? Thank you for joining us. And hopefully you enjoy... theme park and Star Wars news and stuff like that. Hopefully that you enjoy it. And if you have anything to talk about, you know, as we're talking, by all means, shout it out in the chat below. Well, where it depends. To me, it's on my right, and it must be on everybody's right. I don't know how it shows up as, you know, on YouTube, but yeah. But welcome again, Jason, to the show. No, we haven't talked about that yet, but we are going to be after I talk about Carowinds, CooperHead Striker. We are. That's the next thing. I didn't download the video for that Gwazi thing because it was too short and there's not enough information to get excited just yet. Best believe when they show like an animated video, we'll download that from YouTube and we'll get into that. But anyway, so unfortunately somebody on Windseeker, it was on Windseeker, by the way, they got the hand decapitated. By the time the paramedics got there, he was already lowered to the ground and he got taken off, and that's what happened. So there's going to be an investigation. I don't know when the park opens, but it's going to be like up to 8 weeks to do the investigation to make sure that there were no violations going on from anybody. So I don't know how that's going to affect opening, because I know opening days are starting to going to be popping up, because I wrote down a bunch of the park opening dates, not all of them, but mainly around here, around this northeast section of opening dates for people. And so now let's get into CooperHead Strike. Now, the one thing that, you know, I have a love-hate thing with Carowinds. And the reason for that is, like, I feel like they don't have enough, in my opinion, like, amazing coasters. Now, I'm not saying that Carowinds is garbage park or nothing like that. And I like busting chops about, I really am not a huge fan of Fury 325. It's not my favorite coaster on the planet. I know I catch a lot of hell for that. And by all means, that's just my opinion, and it is what it is. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll be at the park for opening day, for sure. Hopefully we bump into each other somewhere and we say hello. I'm hoping. Just, you know, say what up kind of thing. So, in any way, you know, I love Intimidator over there at, you know, at Carowinds. I love Afterburn. I love their Mine Train. You know, they have coasters, what do you call it? That I like, and some that I don't. Some are headbangers and whatever. I don't like defensive riding. I just like getting on the ride, chill out. I don't want to bang my head. And by all means, I'm fine with that. And, you know, when people like, oh, why do you not like Fury? So Fury, I just don't like it because it's way too fast for what it's doing. Not enough airtime for my liking. And now I see Copperhead, but I'm going to refrain from going all out and be like, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Obviously, I will go ride it, and then I'll give my opinion on what I thought about CooperHead Strike. But I love that it's a launch. I'm actually enjoying the layout. I love to have that little JoJo roll right out of the beginning, getting into the first launch. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. And, of course, we'll see all the reviews coming out because I'm not going to ride it right away. But I do want to check it out. So what I want to do is I want to show the POV. And then I want to hear from you guys what you guys think about this ride. So hang on here for a second. We'll play it and then we'll come back. I think this is it. Hang on. All right, so now you see the POV. I do like how some of the track's going through the loop, and some of the track is doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I gotta say, I like what it is. I'll refrain to make sure that when I ride it, that it's not like this crazy thing. And I got to look at something that I'm going to look up real quick, because I want to look before I open my mouth and say something stupid. I want to look at the pictures of the coaster train. All right, so it looks like it's got that lap bar there, not over the, so that should help make it not head bashing. I mean, the layout looks cool. I'm not knocking that at all. It's just I refrained myself from getting too goo goo gaga, looking at a ride and then end up being crap, or looking at a ride and I think it's crap and it ends up being awesome. I've said this a million times, like, when you look at, all right, what do you call it? Wooden Warrior Gwazi. I looked at that. I went to the first Wooden Warrior day, and I'm like, oh, I'll just ride this like 1 or 2 times and then call it a day. It looks so stupid because it's so tiny. Like, how good is it going to be? But then when I rode it, I was like, whoa, this thing's really cool, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoy riding it. So I've stopped trying to this is the greatest or the worst thing ever, because really, you can't until you actually ride it and you give your honest opinion after it. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I try to do now, instead of just trashing it.
Sure, I understand.
Oh, I guess my phone, Siri wants to talk to me in my pocket. I guess. All right, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, the ride looks fantastic. I don't know. I mean, so Charles says it looks awesome. Elizabeth says it looks fun to ride. Lindsay Entertainment's like lots of travel-like moves, which makes sense. It looks like a really fun ride. It really does. And we'll see what happens when we all take a spin on it and go, hey, this is great, or it's okay, or it sucks, or whatever you feel. But the one good thing is looking at the trains. No over the shoulder, head bashing thing. Yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with you, Jason, on that. Jason says a lot of hang time in that first loop, which that may or may not happen, like, once the ride gets going. I know they're like testing it, breaking it in. But even if there is still that hang time, that's cool. And then it said the mid-launch with the airtime hill looks cool. But to me, it looks like a family thrill coaster, but it looks cool. I think, I don't know if it's, see, it's hard. It's really hard to gauge just because of looking at it. It's a compact ride. It's packing a lot of punch. It's got some inversions in it, and it looks like it has some great airtime moments in it. It could be, because it's kind of like when Universal was, what do you call it? When Universal was hyping up Gringotts Bank, and at first when they were hyping up Verbolten. Oh, same thing with Cheetah Hunt. Like, Cheetah Hunt down in Tampa Busch Gardens, I love that ride, but they hyped it up more than it really was. And even at that time, I don't think the harnesses that they have were needed for that. They could have easily gotten away with a lap bar system. They definitely didn't need to have the over the shoulder for that little blip of inversion. But it is what it is. I'm hoping that this is even if it is a family thrill and it gives you some pops of air and you get, you get what you want out of it. I honestly think it's going to have some major success, just like Fury did. And so, same thing with Intimidator. And, the thing that I like, that Cedar Fair is investing in Carowinds. So hopefully as time goes on and they keep, like, replacing what I call the junk, putting in new good stuff, Carowinds is doing a lot of work. So is it, all the Cedar Fair part, well, except for like Dorney and Michigan's Adventure and a couple others that aren't really investing as much as like Cedar Point, and Carowinds, and Kings Island, and King's Dominion, and so on and so forth. So I'm just hoping that Cedar Fair can start spreading around the wealth and getting some of these other parks like Dorney and Michigan's Adventure, get them something into the parks, because they haven't really been investing ride-wise that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, It's really tough. It's really tough when it comes to trying to decipher and decide which parks get what. And I always say if they build it, they will come. And I've seen it rang true in a couple places, like Six Flags America when they put in the Sky Screamer there. You know, when you talk to the park, excuse me, when you talk to the park personnel about that, their season pass sales when they announced that ride went through the roof. They were double, triple, quadruple what they've been in years past because it was something new to bring to the park. Now, it doesn't always work that way, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, a great example of if you build it, they will come will not work is The Great Escape, unfortunately. And we've talked about this a million times. The Great Escape up in Lake George, New York, because of its location, it's a seasonal vacation town that you can't put a ride like a Superman or a CooperHead Striker or a Wicked Cyclone there. And the reason is because of the return on investment. The return on investment is not there. It would take them so long to pay it off that it's just not worth it to them. So that's why you get what you get. That you get the family rides, you get the water park. That park tends to know their demographic, and they go with that. So they know the water park is popular. And then when they get small thrill rides, you know, for the family, you know, when you get the flyers and you get, you know, like a wipeout and stuff like that, it works. Now, could I see something? And I said in the past, I could see like Gotham City Gauntlet out of Six Flags New England leaving at some point and going to Great Escape. Like that would be a perfect, they don't have one, and that would be a perfect fit. They wouldn't have to buy new. The ride runs pretty good. So there's your example of if you build it, they will come. Doesn't work at Great Escape. And the same problem with Michigan's Adventure, because Michigan's Adventure, a park I've never been to yet, it's so far north that there's not a lot of people. So they're not, it's just kind of like out of the way. So they're not going to invest. Unfortunately, they're just not going to invest crazy money when it's going to take forever to get their return on investment. But I think if they built like a new coaster and they don't really put in enough rides like year after year after year, where they're going to have to worry about putting something in as they're trying to accumulate their return on investment. Charles says, I'd like to see something like Lightning Run. You're talking about the one that was at Kentucky Kingdom, right? The blue steel coaster. Is that what you're talking about, Charles? At the great, is that what you're talking about? If that's the one you're talking about, I would love to see that. I don't know if Six Flags would spend that kind of money. I don't know what the cost of Lightning Run was. And if it's the same coaster we're thinking about, that I'm thinking about, I don't know what that cost, and I don't know if they would spend that kind of money there. Because I can't see that ride being cheap. But they do need a new ride. They really do need a new coaster. They need something good. Like that and Lerone, and get the crap end of the stick quite often. Six Flags St. Louis is another one that gets the poop end of the stick, as I would say. I mean, I've ridden a Lightning Rod at Kentucky Kingdom, and I love that ride. It's a little tight for fat guys like me, but I loved it. I thought it was great. If they can fix the restraint problem they have, because I remember when Luco and I rode it when it was for Spring Con in 2014 when they were opening that ride. They had the ride operators literally standing on top of Luco on the restraint, jumping up and down to make it click, and it clicked so we could go. Like that's just how tight the restraints are on that. And I mean, I fit no problem, but yeah. So Lindsay says, Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, California, America. That's California, Great America, right? Wonderland of the top 5 knots, KD, Worlds of Fun, Valley Fair, Dorney, and Michigan's Adventure are the shorter end of the stick. But I will say, knots in Kings Dominion get more than the rest. Like Worlds of Fun gets crapped on. Valley Fair, Dorney, and Michigan's Adventure always get crapped on. I don't think that's right. I hear Knott's is a great park. I've been to Kings Dominion, and I like it. I've been to Dorney. I love Dorney Park. I know it's not the best park out there, but it has some rides that I love. You know? And we'll see what happens down the road. But I really think, the way I look at it is either invest in these parks or sell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, invest in them or sell them. If you're not going to invest in a park because of something, get rid of it. It's like, why hurt that park? Like I said, I get it. There's a catch-22 to everything. And I know it's stupid. But if I was the CEO of either a Six Flags or 7 million, that might not be that bad. 7 million jobs might not be that bad. I know they try to, they probably try to stay in $1 to $2 million probably for their ride expansions. I don't think they really go too much above that, just because of the return on investment. And no, I'm not going to Knott's for Coast to Con. Between getting my house ready to sell, and the wedding and stuff like this year's just not really in the cards for Coast to Con. Next year for Coast to Con, I'm definitely going, and I'm kicking myself in the butt because I've never been to Knott's or Six Flags Magic Mountain. I really want to go, and and this was the opportunity to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's tough. I really wanted to go. So Jason says, what park chain could you see getting that new GCI hybrid coaster introduced at IAAPA? That's a good question because I was at IAAPA and I seen that, and I have to say, who do I think would get that? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't, that's a tough one, man. Because I could see either or trying to up the ante and doing it. I'm probably going to kind of like throw it out there, and I'm going to go Six Flags. No, actually, you know what? No, I'm not even going to go Six Flags. I take that back. Cedar Fair is going to do it. And the reason why, if you look over the last however many years, Six Flags hasn't really been putting in brand new wood coasters. They've been doing hybrids. They've been doing the RMC makeovers of steel coasters. Now, we all know why. We all know why. I've talked to a lot of park presidents. I think that's the last one. I think Apocalypse was the last brand new wood coaster that Six Flags has put in. Everybody else, either Cedar Fair or other parks are putting in wood coasters. Busch did it. They did it at Kings Island with, what do they call that one in the shed? I forgot the name of it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm sure one of you guys can ramble it out for me, but I know what I'm talking about, but you get the idea. The problem is the wood coasters, even though they might be at first cheaper to build, I honestly think, well, it's not honestly, it's what I was told by other park management, park presidents, that the cost to maintain a wood coaster far exceeds a steel coaster. I mean, we all know that's not like a secret. We all know that because wood coasters over time, they have to get retracked every so many years. A lot of work that goes into them and upkeep. Mystic Tempest, there you go. That's it. So again, I can understand why some parks are very hesitant to add them, but you need them. I mean, I know the parks are trying to keep whatever wood coasters they have. The ones that are in dire repair get the RMC treatment. But in all honesty, parks need to, I'm not saying every park has to keep adding new ones, but you need to add them. I mean, there's nothing like a wood coaster as long as you take care of it. I know there's some that are unbearable. And the good example of that is the one at Six Flags Great America, the American Eagle. That thing hurts like a you-know-what. It was just a ride. I mean, Mean Streak was another one that was horrible. There was nothing they could do to make that ride. And now you have Steel Vengeance in its place. which I haven't ridden that yet, but I will. What do you think about JRA retiring next year? It was great to meet him last year at SFNE. Who is JRA? You talking about Jim Reed Anderson? He's retiring next year? I didn't hear about that. What? When was that announced? Him retiring? No, I'll miss those corny videos. No, are you serious? Jim Reed Anderson's retiring? Where did you see that? I would like to cry. That dude is so cool. Like, I love that guy. I loved his cringy, cheesy videos that he did for announcement videos. When was this? Where was I? Was I sleeping in a cave or something? When was his retirement announced? I thought for sure I would have seen that pop up all over the place. When did this happen? When did this happen? I don't know when it happened. I need to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. That sucks. I'm glad I got to meet him. And that sucks. He was awesome. He really was. Really is. Well, at least we can probably look forward to at least one more video from him. I hope he goes all out. Oh. Really? I didn't post that. Let me look at this. I can tell you who posted it. It's probably AJ. Wait, which site? SFNEOnline or Facebook? I've been posting so much stuff lately that it must be on the forums. Yeah, for those that do not know, nah, John Duffy, he's done. He ain't coming back. No way. Let me see something here. I'm gonna hit some buttons. I don't know if they're right. No, that's our Facebook. If you're new here, you can go to our Facebook. Yeah, if you go here, as it's covering my face, we have forums there. A lot of times, there's a lot of stuff that we don't post on social media just because we don't want to upset the park, and sometimes we keep it hidden on the forums. So we keep it there. So if you go to sfneonline.org. You click the forums button on the website, and then you click join, and then I have to approve you. If I don't approve you right away, please let me know. All right, so I'll check that out. I didn't know. I haven't been on the site in a couple days. I think I posted like a couple days ago on the forums. But yeah, so anybody that's new that doesn't really know about our forums, I don't know who the hell Medusa 42 is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who a lot of people are, but it's funny. It's like when I'm at a park and somebody recognizes me from, doing this and running SFNEOnline, that people be like, "Oh, I'm from the forums," and then I don't know who the hell they are, which is kind of funny, but it is what it is. I get a kick out of it, but that's just me. All right, so and I saw that Charles had said, "Well, which seat of Fair Park?" I don't see it being King's Dominion. I don't know how much. It depends on who's got the land for it. I don't think Cedar Point would. Maybe Kings Island. Well, Kings Island just got a Woody, so I don't think so. Maybe a Six Flags jumps out and grabs it. Because I don't see Kings Island doing it. Cedar Point really doesn't have the room unless they rip something out. I don't see him ripping anything out that's big enough for that. King's Dominion just got the hybrid. They're not going to invest in the Dorney Park with something like that, which they should, but they won't. Knott's, depending upon how much land they got, they could potentially get that, but I don't see that. I don't know. Maybe Six Flags will jump in and do it. I don't know. Craziness. I don't know. But let's move on. So the next one we're going to talk about is Gwazi. So it was announced, over the weekend, about they're finally, not necessarily with the name and all that, but they're announcing the tallest, steepest, and fastest hybrid coaster in North America. And here's the thing, and this is I don't have a video for this, but this is going to lead into, you know how I said earlier in the beginning that this video is coming out next week. There's 2 videos coming out. One is about the Six Flags New England Nor'easter video, but I put my thoughts after it, talking about the video. So that'll be out. That'll be out next week. But this Gwazi thing has to do with this. It's more like a thought, comment, rant video. You know me when I make weird videos. I made a video called Coaster Enthusiasts Ruining the Hobby. So I'm probably going to catch a lot of hate and a lot of trash talk about this. And you'll understand when you listen to the video. But this was brought up. I don't know how many of you people seen this. People talking about comparing Gwazi and Steel Vengeance before Gwazi's even open. And somebody said this, and I made a comment on Facebook to him. Nobody trash talked me. A couple people liked it, but I said, who cares? Just enjoy that there are new coasters being built. Like, I hate, I'm not against people voicing their opinions, and if you want to battle it out, by all means, and you want to go, hey, this one's better than that, by all means. I trash talk Fury and Millennium Force all the time. I mean, I do it more like a joking, like I don't think they're the best rides on the planet, and I like busting people's chops because, the hip thing to do is to love it. Now, I don't love it, but the hip thing not to do is to say it's crap. Well, I'm on it's crap because it's way overhyped for Millennium Force. And I think Fury 325 is overhyped, but that's just my opinion. But I like to tease people and say, it's crap, whatever. I just do it to poke fun at people. And some people kind of like think I'm an idiot and I should probably be like hung from a tree or something. I don't know. Just because I have like that crazy opinion that is the unpopular opinion. So I'm sure the video that's coming out is going to be unpopular, but I don't understand why these people are like battling over, what do you call it? Battling over which coaster is, who cares what coaster is better? I thought the whole thing about going to theme parks was to have fun, go ride, put your hands up. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if Steel Vengeance is better than Gwazi or if Gwazi ends up being better than Steel Vengeance. I don't care. I just want to ride the rides. I go to have fun. I'll give an opinion because a lot of people trust my opinion on stuff, and I'll give it to you straight. I'll tell you what I think about it, whether you take that with a grain of salt. And I always tell everybody when I give an opinion, don't hold my opinion as the holy grail on anything I say. Never. I want you guys to go form your own opinion. I want you to go ride it, and I want you to tell me what you thought about it. We can agree to disagree. But trust me, I kind of rag. I don't call out rides. I don't call out people on the video because I just don't want to hear it and get in trouble for something. So what I did was I just rounded it out and just kind of went after the people who feel entitled. And I think they are ruining the coaster enthusiast hobby. And mark my words, if this stuff continues, I say within 10 years, parks will no longer have coaster enthusiast events unless they put them on themselves. Because parks don't need us anymore. With social media, they just made us basically extinct. We're put on notice. So remember that. And I talk a lot about this in this video that's coming out next week. I haven't uploaded it yet. I will. It just finished like producing on my video program. I literally recorded it right before the show. It's like 10, 12 minutes long of a rant and talking thoughts. And then if you watch it, leave a comment down below. But anyway, back to Gwazi. There is no layout. There is not a whole lot of information. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I'm getting excited about it because I got to ride Gwazi both sides back before it closed. You know what I mean? I got to ride it rough, but I enjoyed it. So I'm glad that Busch Gardens didn't tear it down and that they're going to build whatever this creation hybrid is going to be. It's just something I feel bad for Busch Gardens Tampa because they always get the crap end of the stick out of all their, for the most part. It's like they keep taking away and not putting back. How many times have we heard about the safari thing closing, or the sky ride closing, or this ride's closing, this ride's out, this ride's in, this ride's out, this is closed, this is open, this is not, oh, this exhibit's closed, oh, it's open. Like, Tampa, for some reason, is just, what do you call it? It's just crazy. Like, I don't understand what the deal is and why, and I feel bad, but with Gwazi, I really, really, really can't wait to ride it. It's the same thing as I honestly can't wait to ride Steel Vengeance when I go. I'm most likely not going to get to see the point until CoasterCon's there, and that's fine. Let it break in, let it do its thing, and I'll ride it then, and I will go and I'll ride it. I'm not there to trash talk Steel Vengeance. I mean, anything is better than what was there before. And I really love the I think right now my least favorite RMC is at Chicago there at Six Flags Great America. I think right now that's my least favorite. I mean, that's not a hybrid, but I think out of all the RMCs, I think that's my least favorite one of the bunch. Because I've ridden the one at Kings Dominion, the one at Six Flags Over Texas, obviously Wicked Cyclone. I rode the one at Great America. What else did is there any other ones I've ridden? I think those are the only ones I've ridden at the moment. I mean, this year, my trying to go chasing coasters, like new coasters this year, is going to be kind of limited because of the whole theme park wedding thing this year. So, yeah, but I'm still going to parks. I'm not cutting that out. I don't care. If nobody wants to go, I'm still going to go. And I think this summer, I'm going to do a little bit more me time this year. And what I mean by me time is, no, I haven't been to Fiesta, Texas yet. I was almost, like I think I told you privately, I was almost in Texas last week. I was going to be in Dallas doing a training for School for Work stuff on a product line for a technician work that I was going to have to do. I haven't been to Fiesta, Texas. But thank God I did not go to Texas, because my tech at my company that did go ended up having to spend the weekend there because of all the snowstorms. He didn't get home till Monday. So he was stranded in Dallas, and he was getting bored, but yeah. So, and then I would have missed Luco's surprise birthday party we had for him. So there was that too. I haven't ridden Lightning Rod because I was waiting for it to be. I was waiting for Lightning Rod to get its kinks knocked out, because every time everybody, like, I was invited to go, when I was like, nah, I hear it's down, and there was talks it could open and it didn't, and people have been pissed. Every time they go, it's closed. So I'm just waiting until they have a consistent basis to go to Dollywood to ride that. Yeah, my tech, he probably didn't think about going to Six Flags. I mean, he's not like a crazy coaster enthusiast. I mean, he likes going and stuff, but he's not like us. How was the KD one? KD one I actually liked, but I thought Wicked Cyclone was better. I'll be honest. And it's not a biased thing. I think out of all the ones that and I haven't ridden a whole ton, I think Wicked Cyclone is my favorite at this moment. Second, I would say, is the new Texas Giant. Third, I would go KD's. And fourth, I would go Great America. Now, the one at KD has some cool moments. There's this, like, it's I don't know where Luco is. I talked to him a little while, like earlier today, for a little bit. I don't know where he is. He's hiding. Maybe he don't like me. I don't know. But anyway, the KD one, there was, like, it's going around and it's going, and all of a sudden it's got this quick turn, like, boom, and then going around to, to come back and all that. I feel out of the ones that I've ridden, I feel that Wicked Cyclone is the better of the bunch. Now, I know there's a whole bunch out there where I haven't ridden, but out of the ones I've ridden, I definitely feel that Wicked Cyclone is the better. Hey, what's up, Eli? What's going on, buddy? I mean, Wicked Cyclone is awesome. I love it. That's the coaster that... Hey, there's Luco! Look at that. Speaking of the devil, we were just talking about you, and then he shows up. He's probably been, like, secretly watching and then not saying anything and then just come out and boo and surprise everybody. What was that? Oh. I have 10% power remaining on my Apple Watch. That's what was going on. I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, I got a lot of history with Wicked Cyclone. I mean, even from when it was Cyclone to Wicked Cyclone, and then we're getting married at Wicked Cyclone next year. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy going on. Let's just say that. So it's and when I say, like, Wicked Cyclone is my favorite, I'm sure I could maybe find one of the hybrid that could be better than it, but at this particular time right now, I do not feel that way. Oh, you've been lurking and playing GTA at the same time. Well, there you go. I haven't ridden Steel Vengeance yet, but I hear a lot of people say it's the best thing since sliced bread, and I also hear people say Wicked Cyclone's better than it. And I've heard that statement from actually quite a few people, not like just one. A good handful of people said that Wicked Cyclone was still better than Steel Vengeance, and they said that Steel Vengeance, you're just kind of like waiting for it to end. It's too long, and it's not that great, and I don't know. I'll reserve my opinion when I ride it, and I'll, if I think it's better than Wicked Cyclone, I will say it's better. If I don't, I will say it. It's just based off of things that I like, because I love that Wicked Cyclone. It really feels like you're in a storm, like all the different, you're going around, and it's got the outside banking, come back in. You got your barrels, you got your stalls, you got all the airtime. It's a crazy masterpiece of a design for being so compact, and that's what I like. For being compact, that could probably be the best hybrid out there. I don't know. We'll find out. So anyway, so back to the news. So we're talking about CooperHead Strike. We talked about Gwazi. What else do we got? Six Flags St. Louis. We all know they're getting Supergirl, the Zemprella in Denver, and they changed the name. It is now Supergirl to Supergirl Flyer is what the name of it is. So that's what they're doing there. Canada's Wonderland has finally announced, opening date for Yukon Striker, which is May 3rd, but if you have a season's pass, they have a sneak peek preview for April 26th. So if you want to ride that and you got a season pass, you can get in. Go up April 26th, you can get your ride on it. I'm interested to see what people think about Yukon Striker, just because it's a dive coaster, and here's my problem with dive coasters. Now, the general public, most of them have never ridden one, so for them, that's like, whoa, But I find dive coasters are a one-trick pony, and what I mean by one-trick pony, I mean a one-time only extravaganza. Don't ever ride that ride until you ride it until the front row. Wait for the front row, get your front row ride on it, and after that, you're going to realize the whole shtick of hanging off the, hanging down and then launching down, being released and going, that only lasts once. I remember when I rode the one in Tampa, not Griffin, SheiKra. When I rode SheiKra for the first time, I rode it in the front. And then I went back again and rode it in the back, and we went back and rode it again and rode it in the front and then rode it in the back again. I noticed it didn't have that, oh crap fact. It lost it. And then I rode it at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg. I rode Griffin, and then I rode that, and I didn't get the, oh crap, in the front row. It loses it loses its specialty. Now, I'm not saying that by any means that dive coasters are crap and shouldn't be built. I'm disappointed in the designs because it should be doing more than just hanging and doing, Emmelmans and all these other different. There should be more to the ride than there is. I know I believe they're expensive because the track is wider and all that. So I don't know. I just feel like, don't get me wrong. When I go to Busch Gardens, I ride them. It's one of my. See, Eli, if you're still taking questions to ask for the parks, I was thinking all week and came up with some stuff. One of those questions I thought about was if there's any new type of pass styles for the parks. I'll ask him. I mean, I sent in a huge list of questions, but I can always write them down and take them with me. That's always fine. Sometimes I won't get an answer right away if it has to go to a different department, because Jen likes it when I hand in the questions ahead of time. Sorry for spam, by the way. My apologies. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. You know what about these smartwatches? I don't know. How many do they have? How many do they have? 3, 4? 4, right? I got the newest one. Whatever one that came out. It's waterproof. The only thing I'm waiting on is, what do you call it? These smartwatches to have a camera on them. Other than that, they're all the same. To me, they're not anything special. I wish that they could be like, this is my Apple Watch. I wish that they could be, have a camera on them at some point somewhere. But, that's just how I feel. Like, if they could keep it, it might have to be a little bit bigger than this, and that's fine. Not too much bigger, and then put a camera, like, right here. You know what I'm saying? Or something. I don't know. Maybe you can go like this on a ride. You're like, woo, ride, wee, or whatever. However they can figure it out. And I don't know if they're ever going to do that. I wish they would, but I hope they do. I mean, imagine if they could put a camera on this thing and it was halfway decent. And it could totally take over your cell phone. Well, not really, but for the most part, yeah. It could. There's some things that a watch can't do. No. You're leaving a comment. I mean, if you were, like, sitting there trying to, like, bang out, like promoting something crazy that nobody cares about, like, buy this cell phone or this watch and you can do all kinds of crazy things. That's what I take as spam. So, mainly coasters, which is Dave, says B&M is mega money. And then Charles says if you want to go cheaper, they can go 6 wide for the dive coaster to save money. They could, but I'm telling you, they need to make the layouts longer, better, and do more things. Because, and I don't mean this in a coaster snobby way. It just, they seem so short. You know what I mean? Like, it became so short of a layout that it's like, it's over before it begins. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just wish like they did more things. So I'm hoping with Yukon Striker, they add the loop. They added the loop, and hopefully that adds a little bit more to it than what it does, and hopefully is better than the rest. Hopefully. All right, so what else? So Knoebels is adding, they retired the downdraft, but got a new model of one, so it replaced the same model, I guess, with another model. So, yeah. And they also got a new ride called Tumbling Timbers. It's a new ride by SBF Vista. Myself and Dave rode one at IAPA, and I will say, for its small size, it packs a punch. I didn't ride it this year at IAPA, but I rode it, last year, the year before, myself and Dave. I gotta say, like, it's gonna be a thrilling ride. It's probably gonna make people puke, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I think because it's smaller and the smaller circumference and the spin that it's getting, it makes it awesome. and that's what I love about Knoebels. The kids have been doing the Knoebel kids, as I call them. His sons have been. They've been doing pretty good with the rides that they've been adding at Knoebels. I know more newer rides, but still trying to keep that nostalgic, old school. With Twister and the Phoenix and Flying Turns and a lot of the older flats. As long as they can keep those things going, it's going to be good. Yes, I agree, Dave. It's deceiving, spins fast for such a small ride. I think it's going to do good because the ride over the top that's gone ripped out, and that, I believe, the new ride is going in over the top spot. Lindsay says, I wonder if they would add to older dive coasters like Oblivion. I mean, it could be, but probably, I would think unlikely. My problem is when you have rides like that, I mean, I could be totally wrong. And in the way that which one are we talking about? Sorry, I'm always working during these shows. I was just talking about the Knoebels ride. The new one by SBF Vista, the spinning ride. It's kind of like almost like those Hush jumps you just spin. Kind of like the old like the Tiki Twirl at Cedar Point, only the small tiny version. Oh, you rode Vibora. That's the what do you call it? The bobsled coaster over there. That thing hurt. That when I rode it back in 2011, 2012 when Texas Giant opened. Whatever year that was, I can't remember what year that was when it opened. I rode that, and that really did hurt. It hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh shit, no, it hurt. But I don't. In my mind, thinking about like Oblivion, like an older dive coaster, and then bringing it, like adding on to it. I don't see them doing it because I don't see the total marketing value of it. You know what I'm like? Yes, adding on to it, but are they going to get enough bang for their buck? Everything's about marketing and making money and your return on investment. That's why all these parks are in business, right? They're there to make money and entertain and all that. So if there would be it depends, one, how the ridership is, one. Two, can they get their return on investment by adding on to it? Now, maybe they could. But it all depends. Like, for me, if I owned a park, I would never, like, in a ride like Oblivion, I would never add on. I would either keep it the way it is or rip it out and put something different. Some rides are just meant to keep them the way they are. And some rides are meant to be ripped down or changed. Or, like, look at Cyclone when they turn Wicked Cyclone or Mean Streak into Steel Vengeance. We all know that a lot of these chain parks are not really good at maintaining their wood coasters. So that's what happened. It makes it a lot more affordable to keep it going and doing stuff like that. Some rides are just meant to do it. So I just don't see them adding on to Oblivion. And then mainly coasters, the big thing with them is they cost so much you can buy a lot more coaster from other makes. Wicked Cyclone costs less. You could buy an Intamin launch for less. Now, I heard Wicked Cyclone from one of the construction workers during the construction of Wicked Cyclone said that it was between 17 and 21 million for the redo on Wicked Cyclone. I forgot what the number was, and I know I've talked about it in the past. I can't remember what it was and what I said, but it was in that kind of range. I think it was like 17 million, I think it cost to change Wicked Cyclone over. I don't know how true that is. That was coming from the construction worker, but that's how I found out about Dollywood and about Lightning Rod and somebody else. I forgot who it was. We found out about two of them by that guy spilling the beans. And he was like, oh yeah, when I'm done here, I'm going to Dollywood. I'm like, what? So yeah. Is it weird that I haven't been to a Six Flags New England a whole lot and don't know too much information about these other parks? Knowing a lot of information about a park like Lake Compounce only, it's not weird. It's people have the parks that they like to go to, and there's nothing wrong. People have a home park that they love. Like My home, what I would consider my home parks, any parks that are like within an hour and a half of me, I consider a home park. Rhode Island doesn't have a theme, doesn't have a park. We lost ours in the 90s. So I got Canopy Lake, which is about an hour and a half. I got Lake Compounce, is about an hour and a half. And I got Six Flags New England right now, currently about an hour and 15 minutes from my house. Gwazi's another, 20, 30 minutes down the road. And then, Santa's Village and Storyland are like 3-4 hours away, 2.5, something like that. Edaville's like 45 minutes to an hour. That's the closest one. But for major parks, I consider, like the big ones, Canopy Lake and Lake Compounce, so on and so forth like that. But there's nothing wrong. Me, I like to go to, all these parks. I like to go to whatever parks I can go to. I think this year I'll spend a bunch of time at Six Flags New England, and then, we'll hit other parks. I just don't know which ones we're going to hit yet. I'm going to do the Ace event there, the SummerCon, or whatever they call it there. That's at Santa's Village, Funtown, Splashtown, and Storyland. I'm going to do that. I got to do that. I know it sounds crazy. It's like everybody's like wants all these big, bad roller coasters, and here I am, and I go, I love going to Santa's Village and Funtown and Storyland. Small parks, family parks, I love them. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a kiddie place. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to be with the kiddie people. Well, guess what? I like being with the kiddie people. You know what I mean? Like, I like those rides. Like, go to Storyland. I love their, Asian-themed log flume. I love the roller coaster. I love Rorosaurus. They got flyers. Pinball Con. Are you talking about Pintastic? Is that what you're talking about? I'll be at Pintastic. But you get what I'm saying. It's like I like going to these small parks. I enjoy going to them. Go to Santa's Village. Go to Santa's Village in December when it's cold as hell, but it looks like with the snow on the ground, it really looks like you're visiting Santa. But they got a nice flume. They really need some coasters. I mean, the rides. I like the sleigh ride there. The that they got. Their carousels themed to Rudolph. They got the ride that's like Catwoman's Whip, the Rudolph Run there, whatever they call it. Santa's Village is a nice place. I love going to see. Luco says, I like parks where I don't have to worry about metal detectors, big crowds, and rushing to do all the rides. Yeah, I like that too. Unfortunately, the way the world is, and there's too many crazy people out there now. There's metal detectors and big crowds everywhere, and then rushing to do all the rides. I honestly, I'm with you on that, Luco. I like going to places where I don't have to feel like I have to run to the next ride. I mean, when I go to Six Flags or Lake Compounce, I'm not running and going crazy. Like, what do you call it? Lake Compounce doesn't have the metal detectors, but Six Flags does. I like going to Knoebels. They don't have metal detectors. You don't even have to walk into it through a gate, which is nice there. But I get it. It's just today's society. People are nuts. And they don't want that liability of somebody coming in with a gun and hurting people. There's just too many crazy nut jobs out there. They don't want people knifing everybody and shooting the joint up. It's crazy in today's world, but that's just the way it is. A select few ruin it for the rest of us. But that's just how it is. And Eli says, it's mostly due to the fact that if you ask everyone a question and are looking for a comment in return, I can't have a valid opinion on the topic at hand, and if it's about a park I don't know too much about. People would think I wouldn't know what I'm talking about if I shout out an opinion that's uneducated. That's a good comment. If you know something about the topic, by all means, shout it out. If you just have an opinion on something, by all means, shout it out. We're not here to police your thoughts and comments. If you have something to say, you say it. I would rather people be correct than more wrong. I mean, there's times even I'm wrong. How many remember watching the Grow Show back when before Wicked Cyclone was announced? Everybody go, "Oh, Wicked Cyclone's getting RMC." I'm like, "There's no way, it's too small." I kept swearing to God that there was no Wicked Cyclone coming. Guess who got a pie in the face? Moi got the pie in the face. Let's see, Mainly Coast Dollywood is my second home. Actually, I'm just going to say Dave, because Mainly Coast is Dave. Everybody knows Dave. If you don't know Dave, get to know Dave. But he says, I think Canopy should add a coaster like Dollywood is getting. Oh, you're talking about the family inverted? Good size family coaster. That would be a really good fit for Canopy. What's the height on those? I don't know how tall they are. I know they're not. I think they're below their height requirement that they have. For height to build, because it was 85 feet. You said it was coming, Dave, and a lot of other people were saying. I wasn't. The reason why I say that, when they were making these RMC hybrids, they were doing them to big coasters. They were doing it to the Texas Giant. They were doing it to the Iron Rattler. I'm like, there's no way in hell they're going to do Wicked Cyclone. I'm like, it's too small. I mean, I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that they did it. I love it. I love Wicked Cyclone. I'm always toying with which one's better, Superman or Wicked Cyclone. I'm always, you know what I mean? There's days I think Wicked Cyclone's better. There's days I think Superman's better. Depends on the day. But yeah, the Orlando shooter supposedly scoped Disney. Parks need to protect. I get it. I know it's, like I said, it's a crazy world we live in. And unfortunately, more and more parks are going to do the metal detectors. All right, that's old news. This is new news. All right, so I better mark this down so I don't keep going on. Just a friendly reminder to you, watch this video before you one. I'll have to watch that video. All right, so I talked about that. All right, let's talk about Santa's Village. Oh, if the family invert with that layout, 64 feet, they could easily get that. I'm sure it doesn't cost a ton of cash compared to a lot of coasters, and that would definitely fit the demographic for Canopy Lake. And they could probably theme it up a little bit. I mean, I'm not talking crazy, but I'm sure they could throw some kind of like weird little theme to it to make it nice. That would be definitely a good fit. I mean, they have Untamed. I just wish they would change the restraints. They got Yankee Cannonball, fine wood coaster. They got the Dragon coaster. I think the family invert would be the next good thing for them. That would fit good. All right, so Santa's Village in New Hampshire, it's going to open this thing called Santa Springs for this year. It's a 10,000 square foot, 8-inch deep wading pool with 2-story interactive water play structure, dozens of water toys, 2 giant tipping buckets, and 6 water slides, including a 50-foot long 4-lane kiddie racer slide. The park is also adding a private picnic grove they'll be able to rent for parties and special events, offering a 3,000 square foot pavilion, volleyball court, private entrance that will be able to accommodate more than 1,000 guests. So it's nice to see that Santa's Village is adding something. It may not be what everybody's looking for, but for that park, I think it's great. Last week we talked about Schlitterbahn, about the charges being dropped. Now there's some more bad news. I mean, the good news, I guess, for them was the charges being dropped. The bad news for Schlitterbahn is they're screwed. It looks like right now. Unless a miracle happens, the entire Schlitterbahn company is screwed. And what I mean by that is Schlitterbahn's future's in jeopardy as they owe $180 million for Kansas City to a firm called EPR. It states that if they cannot repay their debt, they can take control of the 2 Texas parks. And also the Attorney General's office may reopen a case against the owners after the charges were dropped. And this could really be the downfall of the company. What roller coaster is the fastest roller coaster in the world? And if there is one, do you think organization of Six Flags has the ability to beat the speed record of the current record holder? The current fastest coaster is in Dubai at the Ferrari Park. Whatever the hell they name that ride. It's like, what, 100 and... I forgot how fast it is. 160, 70, 40, I forgot. And I don't see Six Flags trying to break that record anytime soon. They're not, right now, rides like that don't really get their bang for the buck anymore. I don't know why, but it just seems like certain rides are just not creating that that thing. I don't know. Yeah, I am. That's going to be like at the end of all this stuff. After I give out the dates, I'm going to talk, because there's something funny going on. I got to talk about that. But so, okay. Talked about Schlitterbahn, the downfall. Yeah, it's going to be that water park thing for, yeah, there you go. Formula Rosa, 149 miles an hour. That thing for Santa's Village is going to do wonders for them. They need it. What they're doing, all this upgrading and adding that ride, they need it. Because he even said in the article that guests have been asking the park to get stuff for when it's hot out. They don't have a lot of water rides. They don't have a lot of water stuff. So they're adding this, listening to the guests, which I like. Yep, safety glasses are required and provided to ride Formula, because, yeah, that's out in the desert and they don't want you getting the sand in the face, in your eyeballs. They want you to be as safe as possible. All right, so I got to check that off. That I talked about that. Schlitterbahn I talked about. Santa's Village I talked about. Yeah, so Schlitterbahn's probably screwed. You probably kiss that. Well, they'll take over and sell it maybe to Six Flags or something. Who the hell knows? We're going to talk two things about SeaWorld. First, we're going to talk about SeaWorld fourth quarter results, and then we're going to talk about Sesame Street after that. So, SeaWorld fourth quarter. Attendance rose by 0.3 million guests. It's 300,000 guests, or 8% to 4.6 million guests from the fourth quarter of 2017. Total revenue increased by 14.5 million, or 5.5% to 280 million from the fourth quarter of 2017. A net loss was 11.1 million compared to the net loss of 20.4 million in the fourth quarter of 2017. Net income for the fourth quarter of 2018 includes approximately 11.7 million of certain pre-tax expenses, as discussed further below. Adjusted EBITDA was 64.6 million, an improvement of 16.2 million, or 33.4% over the fourth quarter of 2017. There's a couple highlights saying attendance increased by 1.8 million guests, or 8.6% to 22.6 million guests from the year before. And total revenue increased by 109 million, or 8.6% to 1.37 billion from 2017. What's up, John? So that's that first part of there. So they're starting to do better. They're not out of the woods yet, but they're doing better. If they can keep on this trajectory that they're doing, SeaWorld will be in a very good position. Now, SeaWorld Orlando announced that the Sesame Street Kids area that was formerly of the Shamu Happy Harbor opens on March 27th, so you'll get to experience all the Sesame Street stuff. Everybody knows that I'm a sucker for Sesame Street. I grew up with it. I love it. I love Sesame Street Park. I need to get back there. But regardless, if you're making plans from March 27th on and you want to check it out, by all means, you can go to SeaWorld in Orlando and check that out. I'm actually excited to see that myself when I go. All right. So, the last tidbit of news that I have would be for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now, I want to play the video and I'm going to talk about it, because I got a little thing to talk about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, because last week, or the week before, we talked about all the different foods and all this stuff. So let me pull up the video and check this out.
Star Wars Wars, Galaxy's Edge, opening May 31st at Disneyland Resort and August 29th at Walt Disney World Resort.
All right, so I don't know if you noticed that when it said under August 29th, it says Rise of the Resistance opens later this year, which means that it's not going to open with the park on August 29th. Now, I read this article. I forgot. I don't know if it was like Mouse Blog or something like that. I read this afternoon in between taking breaks from work and stuff. There's going to be a non-cost, I would say like a fast pass that's going to get you into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, because it's going to be, we all know it's going to be insanely popular. The ride wait time to ride, that ride they showed, Millennium Falcon Smuggler Run. And I think it's going to be a crap fest. I don't know about what anybody else thinks, but I think it's going to be a crap fest. I think there's going to be way too many people trying to get in because one of the rides isn't going to be open. So my thing is, why open an area that's not technically fully operational? I don't get it. Like this, they know there's so much hype. I have no idea when Rise of the Resistance is going to open. There's no opening date for that. It just says later this year. Could that be December? And I guess probably to get their stock up and to make so much money, they're going to open up everything but Rise of the Resistance. I honestly think that's bad. Now, I have a trip planned for October. I don't want to be waiting forever to ride the stupid ride and go through the land. That sucks. You know, I just don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what you guys do. Am I crazy even to think that they should have waited until they could open the other ride? Not that it's going to help, because in a sense, it could be smart business, but all it's going to do is piss everybody off. Everybody wants to go ride Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, walk around Galaxy's Edge, see the Millennium Falcon in your face. Well, I get it, but that's why I hate stockholders. Stockholders suck. They ruin everything. You know? I'm telling you, think if they didn't have stockholders. The stuff that Disney could be doing, but no, they gotta like penny pinch and do things. So the stockholders probably pitched a fit and they were like, all right, screw it, we're gonna get it open. Now, I'm probably going to safely assume that Rise of the Resistance is going in both parks, Disneyland and Hollywood Studios. So I guess those rides aren't done. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know, and I don't know. I mean, we all know. Hey, I know, Dave, you're a stockholder in a lot of stuff. But let me tell you, stockholders ruin it for everybody. They do. I get it. You're investing. You want to recoup on your investment. I get it. But you guys suck because you want them to penny pinch, make you a profit to make your stock go up. The stock market's all a bunch of BS pyramid schemes anyway. I think stock market should be illegal. But that's me. I have no hand in the game of stock market. I don't want nothing to do with that. I ain't got time for that. I don't care about that. To each their own. You want to buy stocks, have at it. But the mentality ruins a lot of the stuff for the parks. It really does. It ruins things that could happen. You know what I mean? It ruins things that could potentially happen because they want you to penny pinch to make a profit. I mean, you want to be profitable. You're not going to be in the business to lose money. But there's ways to do things and not do things. And this is just a pain in the ass. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and enjoy and have fun and hopefully enjoy the rides. But I think this is going to be way bigger than anything Harry Potter has done for Universal or ever will do. So, I don't know. So who the hell knows? But we'll see what happens with that. So, all right. The next on the list, I'm going to show... Yeah, Walt Disney World, the issue is they are spending so much. Walt Disney World has to spend so much because it's so giant. 44 square miles of property, and they're going to do all this crazy stuff. All right, so before we do anything else, you guys have seen the poster. I'm going to show you trailer number 2 for the movie that's coming out on the Hornapalooza podcast channel and not SFNEOnline because I just don't want to risk SFNEOnline taking a strike. So here's trailer number 2, and then when we're done, you can let me know what you think about it, and then we're going to get into the park openings and the Edaville event, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Who loves Christmas? What is the best part about Christmas? That's right. Where the fuck are my presents? I'm your present. I don't want you. I want a ballerina Barbie.
Hello, can anybody hear me out there? I got this large ruin blocking my view, so I can't really see everybody. Let's go, it's time to celebrate Christmas. Oh, you want to keep this forever and ever, don't you? Well, you're my little Christmas cookie, and I'm going to give you a little bit of sugar right there. And then for you, oh, sorry, you're sugar-free. Nobody likes sugar-free cookies. We're gonna throw you away in the trash later on after everybody leaves. The dog won't even eat it.
Welcome, my brothers and sisters, to the Church of the Moth!
Master, the baby is coming.
Your baby is never coming! Shall go to the sun-filled attic.
You give him a photo ahead of time, dummy?
All right, so that was the FearTown trailer number 2. These are people you probably have seen rolling with me through parks. Jessica was getting slapped by the pigs. The old guy getting choked out was my dad. I don't know how many of you know, like Judy and Cliff Sales. Judy was in the Christmas scene. They were talking about the giant woman that was in the way and told us she was sugar-free. That's what that was. It's just, coaster enthusiasts and people that love the haunts and stuff like that. And movie coming out April 13th on the Hornapalooza podcast channel. So make sure that you subscribe to that. I mean, don't worry. We're going to get everything out for that. So enough of that. We are going to get into the amusement parks and theme parks that are opening up. I keep grabbing the wrong... This was last week's news. This is the park openings that are coming up this year. Park openings. So the New England, I labeled it as New England parks that were opening, but I added like what I add. Oh, like Darien Lake, Great Escape, Great Adventure, Hershey, Dorney, Knoebels, stuff like that. So if there's something there that you want to attend to, make plans by all means. But so we got Six Flags New England opens April 6th. Lake Compounce opens May 4th. As does Canopy Lake. Canopy Lake opens on May 4th. Funtown Splash Town opens up on May 11th. Palace Playland. The arcade opens on April 11th, but the park opens on May 25th. Gwazi opens on April 27th. Santa's Village opens on May 25th. Storyland opens on May 25th. Edaville follows in the footsteps of Six Flags New England and opens on April 6th. Darien Lake opens on May 4th. Great Escape opens on May 11th. Six Flags Great Adventure as well opens on April 6th. Hershey Park opens, it says April 6th, but I saw something in May. But that's what I saw on the website, so I could be wrong. Maybe not. I don't know. The article I saw was wrong. But I went on the website and got all these dates. So that's what it said. Dorney Park is May 3rd, and Knoebels is April 27th. Those are your opening dates for amusement parks as we're edging closer and closer and closer. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was, and somebody brought it up. Actually, I'll answer Dave here. Part of Save Universal, and they were dying. Totally agree. And the projects are like 3 years from start to finish. Yes. Part of Save Universal, but Disney's slow with these projects. That's for sure. Disney is really, really slow when it comes to projects. Takes them forever. I mean, they put more and they take forever. I mean, look how long it took for New Fantasyland. Look how long it's taken with Star Wars. Tron, is going to be like that. I mean, there's so many projects going. That's the problem. They're spreading themselves thin with all the construction crews and doing all this other stuff, and it's crazy. Hopefully, Disney can get their act. I don't know if it's just because all the crazy detail that Disney does. I don't know. I really don't know. It says, have you ever looked up? Eli says, have you ever looked up McCary Manor, that haunt interrogation room that only a few select? That a haunt interrogation room that only a few select people do and fill out waivers for. I've seen the YouTube. Yeah, I've heard about that. That's out in California. It's like a wait list. It's free. And I don't know. I don't think anybody. I know it takes like 8 hours to complete that haunt, and I know that I don't think anybody has ever completed it. Ever. I mean, it's crazy. The stuff that I've seen online that they make you do. I mean, the haunt that I was showing you in a trail for FearTown that's in Seekonk, Mass. This is definitely, that's a lot tamer compared to that place. Like, that place out there in Cali is like the craziest of the craziest of the haunts. And, I mean, I don't even think I could handle that. I don't know. Maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. I really don't know the answer to that question. I really don't. I mean, I would think that I could make it through, but I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. But anyway, so, all right, so I want to talk about Edaville. I sent out a feeler, like a poll out on SFNEOnline's Facebook page about doing an SFNEOnline day at Edaville. And so far, the reaction's pretty good to it. It seems like a bunch of people want to do it. I sent an email to the park. I have not received anything back from the park yet. I don't even know if I will. I don't know if I have a direct, I'm trying to find a direct contact. I contacted sales. Tomorrow I'm going to try and just contact everybody that I possibly can from Edaville to try to get this going. I want to get an event going with exclusive ride time, food, a Q&A, and whatever. That's what I'm trying to do, like it says on the Facebook. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's something I want to try to do. Again, I know this isn't like everybody's favorite thing. Everybody wants a big coaster. Nobody cares about these little parks. I care about the little parks. And I'm not ashamed to say that I like Edaville and Storyland and Santa's Village. And I like, like Sesame Place and going a little... I like them. I like what these parks do. I grew up with Sesame Street. Even Thomas the Train, but I don't remember it. But Thomas the Train's been around forever. My kids love Thomas Train, and I love the show. I especially loved it when, what's his name there? George Carlin voiced it too. Besides the Baldwin guy. It was Alec Baldwin or whoever it was voiced, did the narrating. But I grew up with that stuff, and I enjoyed the shows. I know I'm like a big 5-year-old, and me and the kids, we loved Thomas the Train. We would buy the toys and stuff like that. So I like Edaville. I like Storyland. I love the the stories. I love all that. Santa's Village. Who doesn't love Christmas? Who doesn't love Santa Claus? You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that stuff. I know it makes me look kind of weird and creepy and cringy, but I enjoy going to these little places. Plus, if we don't support the little places, then all you're going to have is the big places. And by all means, there's not anything wrong with having just the big places, but then you're taking out competition. I've been to Edaville. I don't know how many people out there that's watching this has been to Edaville, but it's a fun little place. Plus, the adults can ride the kiddie rides. So you're not just standing there watching your kids on the rides. So you can go and enjoy the rides. They have some great rides. They've got that Thomas the Train coaster. They got the little kiddie spinny coaster. I don't put Canopy. I put Canopy around here as one of the bigger parks, along with Lake Compounce and Six Flags New England. Funtown is smaller. Funtown is more of a family park. That I would put Funtown in the same scope as like Edaville. I mean, that's in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. Funtown has more kid family rides than they do big thrill rides. I mean, Funtown, Splashtown they got their water park, they got the drop tower, they got Excalibur, they got the mouse coaster, they got the indoor scrambler, they got a nice flume ride, they got a nice car, the antique car ride. They don't have a ton of rides. It's a nice little park. I like going there. I mean, if I lived in Maine and I lived near the park, I would probably buy a season pass and go there a lot. I know people would think I was nuts, but I would go there a lot. But, I just like going to parks, whether it's a kiddie. I mean, I don't want to go in a total kiddie park, but, a lot. But I don't mind going to Sesame Place or going to Edaville or any of them places. They're just fun places to go. When you go to a theme park or an amusement park, why are you going? I'm going to tell you why I go. I want to get away from everyday life, from work and all the BS. I want to go and make myself feel like a kid again. I want to have fun. I want to put my hands in the air and hoot and holler and laugh and have a great time. So whether I'm going to Sesame Place, or Edaville, or Storyland, or Six Flags, or Cedar Point, or wherever, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to have fun. And if I can fit my big butt on the kiddie ride, then I'm going to put my big fat butt on a kiddie ride, and I'm going to ride it. Edaville has a great train ride, and that's why I'm doing this, because I want other people. I know a lot of you enthusiasts out there, you got that coaster snobbiness, and we all have it. You're like, I don't want to go there because it's a kiddie place. Why? Who cares? Are you too good to go to Edaville or Storyland or whatever? I love going to these places. So I figured, what better way to start getting other parks support and support them? They can support us. You know what I mean? Like, we can grow a working relationship. That's what I want to do. And what better way is to get people to have an SFNEOnline day. And the more places that we do this, we can keep moving on up. We can keep moving to a Six Flags or a Lake Compounce or a Canopy Lake. We can do that. But you can't start at the top. I mean, we've had 2 SFNEOnline days at Six Flags New England. We just started there because we tried it and it worked and we did it. And it was in conjunction with American Coaster Enthusiasts. We were allowed to do that. But besides that, I forgot who made that rap song. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Well, let's start at the bottom and then we'll get back up there. I know over the, we've slacked a few years, and at SFNEOnline, it showed. Kind of looked like we were dying, and then I brought it back. I fought. I crawled my way to the top. Well, not to the top, but bringing it up. So that's what I want to do. I want to show my support at all these New England parks. I want to have fun so we can go do events and stuff. But it only helps if you guys are willing to join in on the fun. I mean, I'll go do an event by myself. I will sit there. If I can get an event with exclusive ride time and everything like a regular event, you bet your butt I will be there. And if those that didn't go will miss out on all the fun, because look, I know I'm a fun guy. I like to have fun with everybody. And that's what we're going to do. And if the park allows it to happen, you bet your bottom dollar we're going to have fun. You can take that to the bank, boys and girls. What else was there I was going to talk about or do? I don't remember. Let me look at my notes. Let's see if I pick up the right ones. Talked about all that. I talked about all that. Yeah, I told you that I got a couple of videos coming next week. One about the Six Flags New England Ace Nor'easter video and my thoughts behind everything. And then the other one is Coaster Enthusiast Ruining the Hobby. That's another video I'm making. Tomorrow I'm going to make some videos for Hornapalooza because I'm really slacking on that. And trying to get everybody together is hard. So I'm just going to make videos. And then when I can make videos with people, I will make them with people. But I can't wait for anybody because if not, nothing happens. So I'm going to grab the bull by the horns. And tomorrow after work, I'll make a whole bunch of Hornapalooza videos. We can make it to the top. Yeah. We can make them out rock. Yeah. Exactly. But I think after I get off of this shortly here, I think I'm gonna live stream a little Planet Coaster. I actually I haven't played it in a few weeks, so I wanna actually. The last time that I played Planet Coaster was actually on my birthday. I was playing The Lonely Loser, being home because my birthday was on a Monday and we weren't doing anything. And then, so I played Planet Coaster by myself like a loser, and I did that. That's actually what I did. I know that sounds really bad, but it's the truth. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It's just what I did. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. We will be back here next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you like the show, give us a thumbs up. If you think I'm a dumbass, hit the thumbs down. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. And even if you're watching this after the fact, leave us comments, and we will answer the questions on there. And I think what I'm going to start doing is, like I said earlier in the show, I think I'm going to steal that idea. I'm going to look through the chat to see if I'm missing anything, like if I missed any questions. And then I'll just gather a bunch of questions between shows and videos, and what do you call it? And make a companion video of questions. And did I ever put it on here? Oh yeah. If you ever want to send an email to me, if you have questions, people thought I was nuts for putting my personal email up, but that doesn't matter. I can always block somebody if they're harassing me. But if you ever want to shoot me an email, there you go. Just shoot me one there. I'll move it. There's too much white. Let me see if that works. I moved it. We moved it. I'll have to change the color on that and make it like red or something. Make it something pop. But it's delice45 at yahoo.com. If you ever have questions, comments, concerns, shoot me an email. We can chit-chat. Or if you just want to shoot a question that we answer on a video at some point, by all means, do that. We can do that. You know, that's what it's all about, man. That's what I'm all about. So I will see you guys next week. I am going to... Oops. That's funny. I can't see anything in the chat, but that video, I clicked the link. Oh, what is it? Announcing Worldwide Coaster Kids Day. Oh, that's the video for Coaster Kids. I'll watch it once I get off the air, but I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. And until next time, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace!